Hi mate, thanks for coming down for the lesson. The topic of the lesson was adjusting the hand path around the body by straightening and flexing the knees, extending the trail hip, some external rotation of the right arm, feeling that the arms were straighter, and so that we improved the low point and the strike, we kept the radius more constant. In the downswing, we were tucking the hips, keeping the hips more closed. So let's delve into how we did that. First of all, I'll go through the P system for you. There's 9 pieces in the swing, there's 4 in the backswing, and then 5 more in the downswing and follow through. I'll just go through those really quickly. P1 address, P2 shaft parallel in the backswing, left arm parallel in the backswing P3, P4 top of backswing, P5 would be the lead arm parallel in the downswing, P6 shaft parallel in the downswing, P7 impact, P8 shaft parallel in the through swing, P9 arms parallel in the through swing. Why this is important, mate, is because we need to have, much like if you were taking a prescription, you would need to know how much and when to take the medication. It's very much the same with if we're making some changes to the golf swing, I need to get you to know when and where and the appropriate amount that we're going to change in order to facilitate some of the changes that we're putting in. So in the backswing, from P1 to P2 was really good. And then generally what I see with a lot of players, and yourself included, that as you went on from P2, the body stopped moving. So the trail leg and the trail hip stopped extending. The left knee would stop bending, and therefore the arms would start to take over, the pivot would stop. And then we would start to pull the arms up this way. So you can see here that I would internally rotate the arm, and this right arm would overfold, and this has the mechanism of narrowing the radius of the golf swing. So the first thing on the way down that I would do is I would widen that, okay, and I'd start to release in a manner that would make the swing very wide. Start to bottom out before the ball, or even start to stand up to allow some room for the club head to travel and create a very shallow angle of attack. You tend to see a lot of thin shots and heavy shots with that also. The consequence of this also is the swing direction. So we can categorize the swing direction by where the club is traveling from P6 through to P8. Your swing direction was traveling too much to the left here. So the club was moving outside the target line and then swinging back into the inside this way. The pattern of shots that we'd see from that is a pull. We would see maybe some cuts as well with that. And it's something that you're not comfortable with, so we need to adjust that. Again, how we would adjust that in your swing, P1, P2 was decent, but then from P2 to P3 and 4, we would continually straighten and flex the lead leg this way. And then we would feel, incorporating some of the radius work that we're doing, we'd feel that the arm would feel like it's more of the weighted tray at the top here, so the palm up, you'd start to feel pulling around your shoulder joint here. You'd feel like the elbows stay squeezed together this way. So the hand path now would be more inward. So as we start to pivot on the way down, the club is now tracing the arc better. And then from P6 through to 7, you can see the club is now approaching down the inclined plane. We would call this a straighter swing direction. Ideally with you, we would want the club at P6 to be slightly inside, so the club is traveling a little bit more to the right, and that's going to favor that push draw. So the final piece that we worked on this was just some work on how you would work your arms in the downswing. So we wanted your arms to fire a little quicker, and we wanted your pelvis to extend to keep the swing direction straighter, okay? So the feeling was from P4 that we stayed closed. So we did the boulder drill where the foot was back, get the hips closed, and we felt the lead arm pull down or pull off the chest. Again, that's keeping the swing direction straighter, if not slightly out to the right. And then from P5, P5.5, which would be the lead arm just past parallel, and then between P6 here, we would want the feeling of the raising of the pelvis, the tucking of the hips this way. And you can see here how this club now is starting to swing straighter out towards the target this way. So to summarize that, P1, P2 really good. From P2 through to 3 and 4, we would want the feeling that the trail leg would start to extend more. and we would want the feeling that the elbows stayed squeezed as they are set up, and this distance here would remain. The distance between your lead shoulder and your hand would remain. So we would get that by keeping the right arm straight and feeling that the elbow joint was pointing more upwards. So from P4 through to P9, we would feel that the hips would stay closed. The left arm would fire off the chest. And midway, sort of P5.5, we would start to raise the belt level and tuck the hips up this way. So from the front view, that would look much like that. Tucking the hips forward this way. And that's going to enable the swing direction to stay straighter and less out to in. Thanks for coming down to the lesson. We'll see you soon.